RW down here in the Mountain Storm workshop making some experimental shotgun loads out of ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. This is the material. It's as slick as Teflon. It's used in things like Dyneema body armor, Spectra fishing line. It's extremely long chain molecules, and it's just a weird material. So anyway, my plan was to make shuttlecocks out of it. And first I started off making kind of like squared off ones with a small round over. Then I moved on up to full round over. They're not all perfectly drilled, as you can see. Some of them are pretty close, and some of them are pretty far off. And what I'm doing is I'm drilling a 3/16 inch hole, and I'm jamming a little section of titanium in there for a penetrator. Doesn't add any weight to it. The thing weighs nothing. It's extremely lightweight. And then what I do is I'm jamming them into these shells that I've opened using my shell prepper. I put a little chamfer on the drilled end just to help me push it in. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it does go in. It's just trying to get it to go without tipping sideways or doing something obnoxious. Oh, I'm gonna try not to lose my patience and do this on camera. It's really a matter of just pushing it straight down, and it is not as easy as it looks. I'm using the sledgehammer because I'm getting tired of pushing these things with my thumb. It's not that pleasant. And then what I do is it kind of bulges the end out a little bit, so I just roll it. Okay, here, let me show you. These will cycle through the shotgun. Yeah, see? Goes right in, no problem. Okay, so what better thing to shoot than an old dead monitor? Everybody loves to see a dead monitor get shot, so let's go out to about 20 yards and shoot a dead monitor. Alright guys, just keep this simple. I got the camera mounted on a tripod down low, so I'm kind of hunkered down here. This is the round, ultra high molecular weight polyethylene with a titanium penetrator. Okay, it's in the gun. Right, let's zoom in on the monitor so you guys can see it. Alright, and let's blast it. See if they fly straight at 20 yards. Well, I see no holes at all in the monitor, so I'm guessing this is a pretty inaccurate round. Let's truck on down there and see if anything happened. I really don't know about that. Alright. Oh well, that's what happens with these experimental rounds. As Tough Lighter Mounts, as ultra high speed cameras have shown, there's something to do with like a shock wave that makes them actually move around the object or do all kinds of irregular, curious things. Yeah, there's not a mark on that monitor. So wherever that round went, who knows. Okay, so here's another one. This one is not as rounded over. I just happen to have it already made. I'll go ahead and shoot it. See if it'll hit the monitor. Very peculiar. I was doing some testing, by the way, at the same distance. I was hitting this cardboard box. Now you can see the ones that I didn't shuttlecock. They were just tumbling, going sideways, tearing through the box. The ones that were shuttlecocked, they ran great. So I'm really not sure what to tell you. Peculiar. Alright, so here we go again. Round 2. This is just with a slight round over instead of the full round nose. Okay, now let's zoom in on the monitor again. There we go. Get right up on it so we can see if I hit anything at all. Okay, I see a hole in that sucker this time, but not where I was aiming, which is probable. You can see it. Okay, let's go look and see how much penetration, if any. You got to realize these rounds are incredibly light, so who knows how far they actually penetrate. I shot one at the dirt bank and recovered it. I didn't have to dig for it. It literally bounced off of the dirt and was just laying there right next to where it hit. So that's pretty weird. But it's made a nice round hole. So I'm guessing my shuttlecock idea wasn't such a bad idea. Yeah, that's crazy. It's in there. Wow, that's really strange. I do not see any hole on the back, so the slug is literally inside the monitor. That's how little penetration these have. Virtually nothing. I think the silly putty would have stopped these. Before I load up the next one, let me show you the one I recovered from the dirt bank. This one was a little oversized, it was a little long, and it was really crudely made. I just whipped it out. It was the very first one I made. I wanted to see if it would even run through the gun. And you could see that it mushroomed the head of it big time, tilted it off to one side. It's all crazy looking. This is some strange plastic. Anyway, another shell. This one has got no penetrator. It's just a little shuttlecock out of that ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene, and if I'm lucky I'll be able to push this dirty bastard down in here without screaming and yelling. Okay. They look really nice. I mean, they look pretty good. What I do is the shell kind of bugles out a little bit, flares out, so I just roll the end of it back, you know. These Winchester hulls are garbage. They're so soft and weird. But anyway, this looks like it's bulged here, and you think, oh my god, but it's actually less than this, and that's what the controlling size is. So, wow, look at all these shells are rusting. This is just from laying around in my shop. These are garbage. Anyway, let's shoot this out of the shotgun at the monitor and see if it'll do anything at all. Once again, I'm just hunkered down here on the dirt to make it easy. And here's the one, no penetrator, ultra-high molecular polyethylene shuttlecock. Loads in very nice, as you can see. Let's zoom in on the monitor. It has one hole in it. I'm going to try and put another hole in it. I'm going for dead center. See what happens. It honestly looks like it didn't hit it at all, unless it just winged it way over to the right. So let me zoom back, walk down there real quick, and we will have a look. You know what's really pissing me off is it's at the end of September, and it's hotter now than it was in August, and there's more bugs and spiders, and especially stink bugs, and it's very annoying. It's making my shop just about unlivable. Okay, so the one with the titanium literally just sort of stopped in the middle of the whole deal. Yeah, I did hit it. It just winged it way over to the side, and you can see that I don't even think the slug went in there. You can see a big weird mark. I don't think the slug went in there either. I think it probably bounced out. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we could find these things just laying around on the ground around here somewhere. I will look for them. As you can see, this is not a real easy place. It's not like the desert where something's going to stick out. You know, I live in the forest, so it's probably going to be impossible to find those. But yeah, they have no penetration at all. But at least you can hit something from 20 yards. But they are way, way off, like 12 inches off. So, in case anybody cares, I'm going to show you how I make these stupid rounds that don't penetrate anything out of the $15 piece of plastic I bought. I got my router set up here. First thing I had to do was I had to make a hole that is exactly the same size as that rod, and that rod happens to be .79 something. So a 3/4 inch drill bit doesn't cut it. So I used my 3/4 to get started, and then I hand shaped it to size, and then I used that as a template to route this stacked material, 1.5 inches. Then I screwed one side of it, moved it into the flush trim router bit blade, you know, and tested it a few times until I got it right where I wanted. Then I secured it, and now I can make them pretty fast. I don't know why I'd want to, because they're crap rounds, but this is the kind of weird shavings it makes. It's very weird. So anyway, I route it around the nose over, cut it off on the bandsaw, and then I drill it for the shuttlecock. And that's the weird part, because I want you to see that this plastic is really strange. All the plastic I've worked with up until this point chips. You might get a few flakes, but you don't get one long continuous ribbon. So that tells you something about the material right there. So this is going to get a little bit noisy, guys, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you real quick how I do it, because you can see just that this, you've seen like really precision machinists do this really well with their machine shops and their CNC machines and all that cool stuff, and that's awesome. But I can do it without all that. I'd like to have all that, trust me, but I don't, so here we go. To do two of them at a time, it's just easier. Now I come over here to this little itty bitty router. This is not the world's smartest, safest way to operate this router. Okay. Let's come on over here to the bandsaw. I think you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, still got all my fingers. So far, so good. Alright. And then, let's go on over to the drill. You watch me drill this stupid thing. This is pretty much a useless round, so I don't know why I'm bothering to make any more or show you about it. But anyway, and I may send some of these to somebody to shoot. This Kyle Fledermaus wants to shoot them. I don't know. They will pretty much suck, but then again, he's shot a lot of rounds that pretty much sucked. So I could join the Hall of Suckage on the Kyle Fledermaus channel by sending him some weird, super slick, ultralight plastic rounds that don't penetrate a damn thing. So you notice I'm using this wood block and stuff. It's because the thing has a round nose and it just wants to tip right over and you can't tell what's upright on it. So I've got a way of securing it upright. Can I just drill it? You notice I'm making two of these at a time. I mean, why not? If you can, why not? Now I'm not saying this is the most perfect way in the world to make these things, but it's close enough for what I'm doing. I mean, it's not like these are going on display. These things are going to get shot out into the middle of nowhere and you'll never see them again. So let's pop another one in there. Okay. This one looks a little more off-center than the last one. Oh yeah. This one's more screwed up. Some of them come out great, some of them come out screwed up. Let's take the halfway decent one now, okay? Then what I do is I come over here, just really not professional, not machinist, anything. Just I find the center of it by eye, and I drill it with a plastic-specific drill bit in what looks to be straight up and down to me. I'm not saying it is straight up and down. It could be way off. Who knows? Then I take my little piece of titanium rod. Okay, here, let me show you something cool, just so you know this is titanium. I get some sparks off of it. Yeah, I think you got a couple of them. White sparks, right? There you go, white sparks. Ah, that's pretty cool. I didn't mean to do that, but I just wanted to show you some white sparks. So anyway, and we use the persuader. Pop it in there. Alright. Yeah, let me show you what I do next. People think that you have to have some sort of special tool or something to cut titanium. This isn't true. Cut it with a regular old hacksaw blade. Nothing to it. It actually cuts really fast. And at the end, that came right up. That's always nice. At the end, you just can break it off. Titanium's it's strong, but it's brittle. So now we got a nasty nasty little round I can stuff into a shot shell. Almost. There's one last step. God, these stink bugs are driving me crazy. I like to put a chamfer on it. It'll go in the shell a little easier for me. I guess, and then I just find a shell, something I can stuff it into, like this, and I push it down there with the persuader, so I don't have to hurt my thumb against that sharp piece of titanium that I didn't even bother to take the nub off of. Oh, you gotta go in. This is driving me nuts. Gotta come up with a tool for this, because this is so annoying to do. Ever tried to hammer something into a shot shell? It's like trying to push a rope up a garden hose. It's a useless way to do it. But I succeeded. I can push rope. I'm an old rope pusher from way back. Alright, then we just... I don't know if that even got in frame, guys. I don't know. Probably not, because I'm a tard. Anyway, I hammered it into the damn shell. And I'm just going to roll the schnabel on it. And we're going to go outside and we're going to shoot this thing at the damn monitor from point blank range and see if we can get it to go through that way, okay? Let's try. See what happens. The other ones I had the, target a fair ways away and all that other stuff, whatever. We're just going to walk up to it and blast it, okay? This thing has no recoil at all. It's got like zero recoil because the shot is so incredibly light, so I think we could just walk right up to it and give it a zap. Okay, what do you think? Alright, you get close enough. You get close enough to it, it'll do something. Yeah. Oh, you can see the wads in there. That's cool. But I do not see the slug. I think maybe the slug bounced out and then... I swear, I think this monitor's glass. It's that old. This is from the 90s. So I'm guessing this is a really weird glass monitor. Okay, cool. I like having glass all over the place. Yeah, I'll look around, see if I can recover any of those stupid slugs, but who knows. Sweat my balls off at the end of September out here, fending off bugs. But anyway, guys, I think you get the idea. I may do some more with this, so you might see another video on this, but I figured that, Jesus, how long do you want to watch this stuff? I'm not top flater mouse, so I don't have an ultra high speed camera, and I'm in the middle of the woods just blasting away at shit, so nothing too special going on here, guys.